South Africa is a country of excitement and intrigue. The beauty and diversity of its natural environment mirrors the people. Emerging from a long and dark history of oppression, how is South Africa adapting to the change and embracing it?
I'm a huge advocate of South Africa. Hey?
I'm born here and I can probably trace my family history to over 300 years. I'm an African, I've got no doubt about it.
A lot of people don't understand how free you are to think, to live, to be exactly how you want to be. If you're willing to work, if you're willing to be positive, and you're willing to put the right people around you, you can make a real success of yourself in this country.
I aim to stay here. As far as my children are concerned, I really hope they grow up to be Africans one day.
People who have experienced other countries who come to South Africa, I think that's one of the biggest things that hits you, is how warm people are, how easily it is to be inspired in this country.
I just fell in love with Cape Town and the surrounding area. I mean, this country is fantastic. My dogs absolutely love it. I can take them for walks, they can swim, we've got beaches. I think it's got to be one of the best places in the world to live. I really do. I genuinely believe that.
The most optimistic group tends to be like the middle class and the lower class. Even in those surroundings, there's this very deep feeling of positivity.
In this community, I'm happy where I live. I love the country that I live in, except for a lot of stuff that's going on. You need to be actually everything in that one day, because that's how much the children need you. It's all about how big your heart is, so it's never about the money. That makes me whole.
The satisfaction of the type of work you do in this country and the pleasure you have in doing it and the freedom you have to do it is unsurpassed in the world.
The recession hasn't hit here as anything like as bad as it's hit Europe, for example.
We are quite lucky in comparison to other countries, but still, I mean, the effects are definitely being felt across the board.
Angelo, like so many South Africans, has learned to adapt to survive, relying on the generosity of passing motorists to support his family.
What we're finding here with a lot of South Africans is a very strong entrepreneurial spirit. Not necessarily in the Western sense, but more, you know, there's a term called isinkwa, which is basically giving back to your family and doing whatever you need to make that happen.
I've got father, mother, and my two brothers. Other brother is sick, so I'm working for my mother and other brother.
And there's a very strong sense of that. I mean, it stems from a very cultural belief or background.
The way it's moved forward since 1994 is pretty incredible.
To see that a transformation like that can happen with absolutely, well, hardly any strife in between that is an amazing, amazing testament to the democracy that exists in South Africa.
I'm proud of how far we've come. I'm married to a non-white, and it's been challenging, but I'm quite proud of it.
It's got its ups and downs. It's like anywhere. There's nowhere perfect.
We can't be romantic. We have to be realistic.
People expected a really big change in a very short period of time.
It's a slow, slow change.
There doesn't seem to be any real concern for the needy in the country.
In terms of service delivery, things haven't quite been the way they expected it. And you know, if they believe that the government isn't doing that, then there's a definite spirit to kind of do it on your own.
No one can take my dream away.
The past has proven that South Africans tend to be pretty strong-willed about changing their environment.
Freedom, humanity, you have the right to say what you want to say, go where you want to go.
People feel like they actually have a voice now, and they actually have choices now.
It's just nice to know that I think in a couple of generations' time, we're not really going to see colour or anything like that, and it's a wonderful country to live in.
It's not necessarily just my tribe or my colour, or I'm a unique person, and everyone has the opportunity being unique. It's exciting. I think we're going to see a lot of interesting things happening in the next couple of years.